Hello and welcome. This is Legal Clinic, and this is our maiden edition. And as expected, we will commence educating you about your rights and the need to protect them. This program is made possible by the NTA Port Harcourt Network Center, Thav TV, and the International Federation of Women Lawyers, Rivers State Branch. This program will air every Sunday from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. My name is Amy Irene Pepple. I am the Secretary, FIDA Rivers. Thank you for joining us, and stay with us as we start the conversation. We are back. Thank you. And I've got like minds in the house to do justice to our first topic, which is double-barreled. We'll be talking about FIDA, what FIDA is about, and gender-based violence. In the studio we have today Mrs. Evelyn Membre Asimia. Mrs. Asimia is the Deputy Country Vice President, FIDA Nigeria. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Good day, viewers, and I'm happy to be here.
And also in the house is the Chairperson of FIDA Rivers, Lady Adata Bilbricks. You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Good day, everyone. I'm happy to be here.
Wow, let's just get running. Everybody's interested about FIDA. Who is FIDA? What is FIDA? Can you throw more light?
FIDA is an acronym of a Spanish name, Federacion Internationalé De Abogadas, interpreted in English to mean International Federation of Women Lawyers. It's a body that is non-profit, not-for-profit, and a voluntary organization made up of women lawyers called to practice law in Nigeria, and is a voluntary organization. We have 43 branches presently in the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. And because it's an international organization, we have presence in almost all countries of the world.
Thank you very much. Interesting. I think our viewer would like to know more about the history of FIDA. Where did FIDA start? People hear about FIDA, they want to know, where did FIDA start? Can we have a brief history?
Okay. On the 4th day of August, 1944, women lawyers, let me just call them women lawyers from different countries of Mexico, USA, Cuba, El Salvador, and Puerto Rico, gathered together in Mexico City to create this great organization for impacting the lives of women and children around the world. That's where it started from. Then in Nigeria, we started in 1964. Ambassador Alakija Aduke was the one that founded FIDA Nigeria as a branch of FIDA International. In Rivers State here, we were inaugurated as a branch on the 16th day of May 1987. This was done by our then country vice president at Hotel Presidential. The implication is that we are 35 years in Rivers State. Our first inaugural chairperson was Honorable Justice Mary Odili, JSC retired, and our first patron was Honorable Justice Denton West, also retired. They started up this great organization in Rivers State. We're here now to celebrating 35 years.
Wow, interesting. So my next question is, what does FIDA do? DCVP, can you throw more light, please?
FIDA is basically concerned with promoting, protecting, and preserving the rights of women and children. And we do this through advocacy visits to stakeholders, government bodies, policymakers. We also do this through our free legal clinics we hold at our 43 branches. We have walk-in clinics where you can just walk in as an indigent woman or child and seek for legal services. We also carry out community sensitizations. We educate the communities and people of the society on their rights and what the law entails. We also do carry out partnerships with bodies that are interested in promoting the rights of women and children. We were able to also enlighten the public and empower women. And this empowerment, we are very particular about ensuring that the woman is out there and able to speak out and fend for ourselves we are in the political era right now, and we are so concerned about women in the political space. So we do the empowerment. We also empower widows. FIDA Rivers has been able to empower more than 60 widows to be able to start up businesses and then have a voice in the society. So this is what FIDA does and much more.
Wow, it would appear that FIDA is doing quite a lot, and a lot of resources will be needed for these services. Mrs. Adata Biobricks, how does FIDA get funded?
She has earlier mentioned that FIDA is a non-profit organization, so we're mostly funded by members of the organization. We get our fundings from our donation, from our contributions, our dues. Then sometimes we get fundings from organizations like the MacArthur Foundation, what they call Ford Foundation, and all that. We get fundings from them. Right now, we also have fundings from OB Lulu Briggs Foundation. So we get fundings from such people, and they help us in our litigation work. Sometimes we also get support from the government and other persons. People in the society will look at us and say, okay, this is a non-profit organization. There's no way they generate profit. Let's contribute to their cause. So this is also an additional opportunity for people out there to know that they can contribute towards our cause. All the things we do are usually pro bono, free of charge. So because our services are provided free of charge to indigent persons, we need funding to do these services.
Okay, thank you very much. We will take a break shortly. But before we do that, I'd like to let you know that you can contact FIDA on Facebook. Our handle is FIDA Rivers State Branch, and on Instagram, FIDA Rivers State Branch. We have a hotline that you can call anytime you need our services. Our line is 0705 999 7721. 0705 999 7721. You can also contact our partners, the NTA, on this number 0813 380 8913. You can also contact Thav TV with sending an email to contact@thavmedia.com. The number to call or WhatsApp is 0906 143 5141. See you shortly.
Will you sit down? Excuse me, why are you stop? Are you mad?
Oh no! You don't have to suffer such indignation anymore. Don't give room for any form of violence or human rights violation. You deserve the right to protect your right, and you must know your right. So break the silence now. FIDA, NTA and Thav TV will make it resonate through the nooks and crannies of your community. So tune in to NTA Port Harcourt Network Center or Thav TV YouTube channel every Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Equip yourself on your rights. Legal Clinic, promoting your rights for a safer and saner society. Join us.
This is Legal Clinic, and in case you're just joining us, we've been talking about the need to know your rights and how to protect them. We have been speaking with the DCVP, that is the Deputy Country Vice President of FIDA Nigeria, Mrs. Evelyn Mebenasimia, and also Lady Adata Biobricks, the Chairperson of FIDA Rivers. Let's go straight in. Many people want to know, what areas of law does FIDA deal with?
Okay, FIDA actually covers all areas of law, and but we basically look at gender-based violence, issues like rape, domestic violence, adoption, defilement of young girls and boys, matrimonial issues. But our basic concern is gender-based violence. So all issues relating to gender-based violence, that's our area of law.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's clear from your response that FIDA deals mainly with gender-based violence. So, Mrs. Adata Biobricks, what is GBV, as we call it?
Gender-based violence includes any physical, social, emotional, verbal, economic abuse meted out against a person on the basis of that person's sex. And basically, this kind of abuse, we have noticed, studies have shown, is usually meted out against the female. It doesn't mean that we do not have male survivors of GBV. We have male survivors. But studies have shown that it's usually meted out against the female and the girl children.
There must be forms of gender-based violence. How does gender-based violence present itself?
There are many forms of gender-based violence, but I'd just like to itemize some of them. We have rape, we have sexual assault, domestic violence, we have early marriage, we have femicide. Femicide is the killing of a female fetus in the womb of a woman. And mostly this is where a family says, or a man says, I don't want a female child. And they insist on the woman killing that child. So it's a gender-based violence form. We have female genital mutilation. We have physical abuse.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sure there are many more forms. Thank you so much for that contribution. Lady Adasa, can you
We have harmful traditional practices that includes widowhood practices, where you get women, widows, they're abused. Widows experience a lot of things when their husbands die. Those are some of the parts. That's also a type of GBV. We have wife battery, we have economic abuse, we have financial abuse, we have social abuse, we have psychological and emotional abuse. Those ones are not physical, but the person, you belittle the person feels inadequate. And we're lucky that the law, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Law of Rivers State, has dealt with these types of GBV. It has dealt with it adequately.
Okay, thank you very much. This means that FIDA handles a lot of GBV. So from your interaction and your experience, what are the causes of GBV?
Some causes we have identified are religious beliefs. We also discovered that our cultural and traditional practices encourage GBV. Where you say a woman can't step in here, or a woman can't speak out. You're encouraging a man to subject that woman. And we have gender inequality. That is very predominant in our society. We have the power imbalance. We are in a patriarchic society, so you have the power imbalance that kind of encourages and causes GBV. We have the collapse of the family support, where a woman does not, or a man, when we say woman, you now wonder, are men not also survivors of GBV? They are, where you have nowhere to run to, so you are forced to remain in a situation and the perpetrator takes advantage of that. We have poverty, alcohol or drug abuse, and impunity of the perpetrators, where the perpetrators of this GBV discover that there's no adequate punishment, or the drive to get them punished is so long, and there's the giving up on the way. So they have this impunity and they go on to perpetrate GBV. So those are some causes of GBV we have identified.
Interesting. So that means we have some survivors. I mean, when we have these incidences, we must have some survivors. So I wonder, why do survivors not seek for help? What could be the reasons? Can you throw light?
One of the key things that make people that survivors refuse to report is, one key thing is shame. Shame. They feel ashamed to report, and because of sometimes when they go to report, the way the reporting officer, let's say the person that receives the report, reacts, it causes the victim to feel blamed. So sometimes the victims feel as if they are blamed for the GBV perpetrated against them, so they won't want to report. We also have where there's lack of information and inaccessibility of help, let's say of services available. Some of them do not know that these services are available, that they have rights to get medical, counseling, legal. They don't know where it is, so they are unable to reach out. Yes, then there's also the lack of finance. Some people think, oh, it's expensive. When you get a report, sometimes they call you and you say, have you gone to the police? They'll tell you, I don't have the money to pursue police case. And they'll tell you, police, you do police case, you go to the hospital, you pay money, you go to court, you pay money. Those are some of the reasons. We also have the perpetrator. When the perpetrator or partner threatens the person and tells you, if you report, I'll kill you. That fear that the person gets, the survivor gets, the person will stop that person from going to
prevent
report.
the person from
Yes, then
reports.
family, cultural, religious reasons. You know, some of these families will tell you, we want to settle it on the family.
Well, let's cover it up.
Let's cover it up.
Let's not
Some
shame
people
the
say,
family.
okay, the culture, because of our culture, rape is something that in our culture we hide or we cover. There's a case right now that we have where they said the man is mad. That's the excuse that he used to have mental issues, that they want to go back, take him back to the village. I was
Instead
saying
of interrogating it in court,
yes,
so the society and the family is serving.
yes, they said they don't know that they want to see if they have told them that they want to settle. I've told them you don't settle crime. Crimes are not settled.
Crime.
Those are some of the reasons why people do not report.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Asimia. Can you throw more light, because I know that's the purpose of this program?
Well, it's really heartbreaking and a burden for us in FIDA to realize that we have survivors out there that are not able to seek for help or report this incident. These survivors are victims themselves, and we choose to call them survivors because they've gone through this, and there's no need to label them victims and then they're not able to come out. So, haven't survived. This is a program. We have programs like this that we have created to be able to sensitize the public, enlighten the public, so that they know where to go to, who to go to, and what is available for them, the law that is available for them, the services that are available for them. So we're grateful to NTA Port Harcourt Center, we're grateful to Thav TV, and we're grateful to FIDA members that are sacrificing all that it is to ensure that we have people enlightened, and so that we have less incidences of gender-based violence in our society.
Thank you very much. It's been great having you on this show today. And we've been speaking about how we can let you know your rights and how you can protect your rights. And we're going to leave our contacts with you. You can contact FIDA through our Facebook page, FIDA Nigeria, FIDA Rivers State Branch. On Instagram, FIDA Rivers State Branch. And the hotlines will be scrolled on the screen for you to get access to us. It's been a great time. Thank you for viewing, and see you next Sunday.